biggest opportunity, the single biggest match of Tony Nese's career on a stage like this, Monday Night Raw. You know he's looking to impress.
TJ Perkins, of course, became champion, winning the Cruiserweight Classic this summer on the WWE Network. Tony Nese was involved in that as well before being eliminated by Brian Kendrick. And there, Corey, some of the strength that we talk about with Tony Nese.
And they call him the premier athlete. He calls himself the premier athlete for a reason. At first glance, you might actually draw some physical comparisons to Neville. He's this hybrid blend of high impact, speed, and power. It's incredibly effective in the ring.
And flash, TJ Perkins.
Perkins, for much of the Cruiserweight Classic tournament, considered
Is that where he got that stupid hat in Abu Dhabi? All right, Book, let's start with you. And come down the line. Prediction time. Who's walking out Sunday at Survivor Series with the Intercontinental Championship? Is it Sami or Dolph Ziggler?
You know, Sami Zayn is a guy that's been knocking on the door, you know, and then at one point he was tapping on the door. This Sunday, he gonna kick that son of a gun in.
Wow. All right, one for Sami Zayn. Lita.
So Allers line back in the day with Bum Phillips. He never won it, you know.
I feel like Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler have a lot in common. They have great matches all the time. They're very passionate. They're very prideful of their work in that ring and this career path that they've chosen. I think that we're going to, as fans, we're going to get an awesome match. But I think that Dolph right now is in a pocket where he's going to be able to maintain that title and keep it on the SmackDown show. Yeah. I think that we'll see a title down the line in Sami Zayn's hand. I don't think it'll be at Survivor Series.
King, who do you have break this tie? You mentioned Bum Phillips.
President. There were two last-minute write-ins whom I believe didn't get a fair shake with this year's voters. First candidate up promised, if elected, his first move in office would be to lower the price of beer. That is right. President 316 was out there and looking for your vote. Beer wasn't your top political issue in this election cycle. Maybe it was to make America woo again. That's why the Nature Boy shared this photo of his vote, which, of course, was for himself. And I don't know if this photo means we have a recount on the horizon, but according to Flair's calculations, he had quite a hefty lead going into the final count for presidency. But now to cheer things up, here's a video of Chris Jericho, who was celebrating his birthday with his best friend Kevin Owens at a live event in Berlin, Germany. But during the celebration, Seth Rollins joins in an unannounced way to make sure Y2J can have his cake and eat it too. Brutal. Not a fun birthday. Oh, well, to put icing on the cake, Vince McMahon made sure to send his birthday wishes to Jericho on Twitter. Cake all over his face. But moving on, if one of your birthday wishes was to ever have your physique look like a WWE superstar, specifically Charlotte's, you might want to rethink that wish, because Charlotte shared a photo on Instagram of, honestly, I don't even know what this is, but she says she makes sure she eats it to stay in tip-top shape. Next up, after another week, we have another mannequin challenge. This time it was the NXT roster who gathered together at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando to take a shot at the viral challenge. We have NXT Women's Champion Asuka there with Ember Moon. They got everyone in this. This is crazy. Have to end it with the NXT Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. I thought that was good, but I feel like they kind of stole the idea from the pre-show. We did it last week, so let's remind you of how good our challenge was. Okay, so theirs puts ours to shame completely, but they didn't have the Kens. I mean, I feel like Lita can agree. The Kens makes it. Well, finally, if any of you in the WWE universe are searching for a rare piece WWE memorabilia, Scott Stanford tweeted out a Scott Stanford WWE Topps card poster that is up for auction on the internet. Just a fair price of $99. Whoa, I thought that was $9.99. $99.99 for this card. Honestly, Scott, I don't know if I have an answer for you, but we'd like to know from you guys at home in the WWE universe, how much would you be willing to pay for that poster? Let us know by tweeting us at Raw Pre-Show. That is all for this week's Social Beat. Now, back to you guys.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 99 cents for the card right now.
For once, King, I agree
99
with,
cents.
I agree with you, bud.
Is that a little high?
Yeah, that's a little high.
Raw coming your way in mere minutes over on USA Network. Let's get a check backstage up in Buffalo, New York with our colleague, Charlie Caruso. Charlie.
Hey, Scott, can you believe we are just 6 days out from Survivor Series? It is crunch time, and it is time for Commissioner Stephanie McMahon and General Manager Mick Foley to get their troops on the same page. We've all seen the past few weeks on Raw that there has been some serious tension on both the women's and the men's Raw Survivor Series teams. So I spoke to some of the veterans who are in the house tonight, and they told me that right now what their main concern is why exactly did Stephanie invite her brother, SmackDown Live Commissioner Shane McMahon, and SmackDown Live General Manager Daniel Bryan onto Raw tonight. They said they think it's just giving these guys a golden opportunity, one to not only give the advantage to their team, but also to further divide